time for the ACC tournament. You can feel the excitement from here in Raleigh. We're not even in Greensboro, Keels.
No, I won't be in Greensboro for a while.
Till Friday. This is Joe Giglio. I'm joined by Laura Keeley. This is our preview of the ACC tournament. Thank you for joining us. Laura, I'm just going to start out with the easy questions right away.
All right.
Is Duke going to win the ACC tournament?
I think so.
Okay. Tell me why.
Well, you know, I like their odds against Clemson again. For
Okay.
one. I think
that would be Friday. The Friday matchup, Duke's at the 9:30 slot on Friday. Okay.
Right. So I think they've got that, and then they're lucky and they face Syracuse on Saturday, right?
Potentially.
Yeah, and you know Syracuse with its injury issues, and I just think Syracuse has kind of run out of gas. You know, they have 4 people that average over 35 minutes a game.
Yeah.
You know, I think when we saw them lose all those games at the end, I think they're out of gas. I think Duke wins that one. And then you're looking at Carolina or Virginia, and you know, Duke's obviously had success against both those teams. So, you know, I think it's really important that Duke plays well this year in the ACC tournament. You know, last year they kind of bowed out early against Maryland, but it was a veteran team, so they kind of shook it off and made their run to the Elite Eight. This team needs to build some confidence. You know, they're not that far removed from the Wake Forest disaster, and they need to show they can win some games away from home before they go into the big dance.
So you're saying the team that showed up in Cameron Indoor Stadium last Saturday that beat Carolina, put up 90 points, that's the one that's going to show up in Greensboro?
Maybe more like one that'll put up around 80 points, but
Okay.
yeah, not the group that showed up in Winston-Salem.
Okay, because you know, they lost to Clemson.
They did lose to Clemson.
They lost to Syracuse.
Lost to Syracuse.
They lost to Carolina.
Carolina.
Okay, those are the
And-
3 teams you just mentioned.
Yeah, but they've also beaten all those teams.
Oh, okay. That's well. No, did they beat Clemson?
No, they didn't beat
They didn't play. They didn't play them
Yeah.
back in Durham.
But we'll put that one aside.
Okay, so you're saying lots of confidence on the Carolina side,
On the Duke side?
on the Duke side.
Yeah. I mean, I like Carolina too.
Carolina should have
But-
confidence too.
Yeah, they should. I think we're going to a Duke Carolina final. Honestly.
A Duke Carolina final.
Yeah,
You've already dismissed the Wolfpack from beating Syracuse on Friday night.
I guess I have.
It would be classic Wolfpack for them to lose on Thursday
Yeah.
to Miami. Miami came up here about 10 days ago, ran them out of the gym.
Yeah.
Playing well though, the Wolfpack. TJ Warren seems to have found another gear.
Tony Buckets.
Tony Buckets. I don't think anyone's ever called him that in real life. It's only an internet thing, but Twitter thing. I actually would not be surprised if NC State lost on Thursday. But if they win Thursday, I like their chances against Syracuse on Friday. As you mentioned, Jeremy Grant dealing with back issues. You also have to kind of factor in with Syracuse. I mean, how interested are they? How much do they need this? Are they really going to pour it out?
Probably not. I mean, I think they probably still wish it was the Big East in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. So I have questions about Syracuse. On the Duke side, I'm going to be honest with you, Keels. I just haven't seen any kind of consistency out of the Blue Devils. If you could
Not
guarantee me that Jabari Parker and Rodney Hood are going to drive the bus the way that they should, the way that they did against Carolina, I'm with you. They win the national championship if they want to play like that. But for some reason, all the parts have not clicked for the Blue Devils,
No, they
particularly in the backcourt.
No, they definitely haven't.
That seems to be a mystery that has not been solved. And it's happened in spurts, but not continuously or even in over a stretch of games.
Their guard play has not been strong this year. There's really no two
But in
ways
pockets it
around that.
has.
Yeah.
Cook has been good. Suleiman has been good. Dawkins has been good. It just seems trying to find them all together and define their roles and get them going in the right spot.
Yeah.
That seems to be the issue.
I mean, I still think Duke's best performance was the first game of the year against Davidson. You know, when they scored 111 points and Davidson's in the 70s.
Yeah.
Duke could have had 150 that day if they wanted to, but that's kind of the highlight. Carolina was good last Saturday.
I will disagree. I think I saw Duke's best game when they destroyed NC State by 35 points in Durham. Parker was assertive.
Yep.
All the guards I mentioned played well in that game. Obviously, I think that's the key for them, for their guards to get going in Greensboro. Question is that going to happen? Your answer is yes.
Well, or that Hood and Parker are just going to take over.
Okay.
That's what I would think more than Duke's guard play kind of getting where it needs to be.
I know you care, so I'm going to tell you what my pick is.
Go ahead.
I'm going to back a guy who's lost 4 straight ACC tournament games. Tony Bennett hasn't won a tournament game since his first tournament game. But for some reason, I think this is Virginia's year. The way that they've played, obviously, defensively, is their strength, and I think is enough to win this tournament. I like their draw. You get the feeling the way things have ended this season, you know, Boston College beating Syracuse, Wake Forest beating Duke. I just don't know if we're going to see chalk in Greensboro. That's the thing when you start trying to predict what's going to happen. So I'm going to go with the best defensive team with the most to prove. I think Virginia is the team with the most to prove, and this almost assuredly means they will lose their first game at noon on Friday.
Well, I guess that's a reason to watch.
You will find out. We will join you again in Greensboro. Maybe the Green Chairs will make the trip. Maybe they won't. But Laura Keeley will definitely be there, and so will I. Thanks for joining us.